In building local church, there are two extremes we want to avoid. On one side, you have the mirror church, which engages with culture so much that it makes compromises in the name of being relevant. But on the other hand, you have the bomb shelter church, which fails to engage with culture at all and is content to be an isolated community, relieved that all those wicked people out there can't get in. In Acts 17, we see Paul in Athens being a superb model that Paul takes to the Athenian people. He examines their culture to gain understanding of how they think. Then he uses their culture to point to Christ. This is the approach of Good News Church, being relevant without compromise. How do we equip people in the church to be relevant to the culture without compromise so that they can benefit to the great city where they live? Firstly, always assume the presence of non-church people who have their stories and belief systems hidden behind literature, music, theatre and other arts, expressing the existing culture's hopes, dreams, heroic narratives and fears. Show sympathy to their stories. Retell culture's stories to show a greater story with a hero, that being Jesus, on a mission, that being salvation, and a beauty to fight for, being us, the local church. Also to give theological education to believers to think Christianly about everything and to work with Christian distinctiveness. They need to know three things. A, which cultural practices manifest common grace and are to be embraced, which practices are antithetical to the gospel and must be rejected, and C, which practices can be adapted or revised. Alongside the ministry of the church, renewing and transformation of the culture will come through the work of lay people with distinctively Christian vocations in their working places, schools, universities and daily life, engaging with the culture around them. This must be lifted up as real kingdom work and ministry, along with the traditional ministry of the word.